Her voice didn't shake. Mine almost did. Sign it. She slid the paper across the glossy conference table as if she were offering a menu, not a demand. 90% salary reduction, effective immediately. The room was too bright, too silent. Her staff watched from behind their laptops, pretending to work, while their eyes devoured every second of my humiliation. And beside her, with that arrogant, youthful confidence, stood him. 22, fresh MBA. Barely old enough to rent a car, yet somehow old enough to be her new addiction. He smirked when she spat at me. A small, casual flick of disgust. It landed on my cheek like a verdict. My throat tightened, but my heartbeat slowed. Cold, focused, calculating. She wanted a public execution. "Accept it," she said, "or I'll find someone who will." I wiped my face. Not in anger, in clarity. "I need 20 hours. Her brows tightened. She wanted fear. I gave her a schedule. Then I walked out, one steady step at a time. The elevator door closed, cutting off her entire world. My phone buzzed in my pocket. A name flashed, a competitor I had quietly, secretly spoken to months ago. Nothing solid, just curiosity. Tonight, that curiosity became opportunity. By 8 p.m., I made the call. Their answer came with a quiet hunger. "We've been waiting for you," the voice said, "for a very long time." And just like that, everything shifted. Not in my favor, not yet, but towards something inevitable. It had been building for months. I just hadn't wanted to see it. Her late-night meetings that ended at dawn. Her sudden interest in gym sessions she never attended. Her coldness at home, measured, careful, almost rehearsed. The signs were there. I ignored them. Maybe because she was my wife. Maybe because I believed in the woman I married. The one who once trembled when she said she couldn't imagine a life without me. But power changes people. Success carves new versions of them. And she had become untouchable. I remember the first time I saw the messages. A notification that flashed when her phone mirrored to the bedroom TV by accident. A name I didn't recognize. A sentence that froze me. "I love how he doesn't suspect a thing." I stared at the screen. She brushed past me, pretending not to see it, pretending the air between us wasn't cracking. "Random spam," she said lightly. I nodded, but something inside me shifted. I didn't confront her, didn't scream, didn't accuse. I simply observed. A silent man in his own life, collecting small pieces, small truths. Every time her perfume changed, every time she came home glowing with an energy she never spent on me, every time she touched her phone like a lifeline. And then came the staff rumors, soft whispers that died when I entered a room, the 22-year-old intern she mentored, the closed-door strategy sessions, the way she looked at him when she thought no one was watching. A slow, nauseating realization began to form. She wasn't cheating on me. She was replacing me. At work, at home, in her future plans. And humiliation was her final step. Her salary cut stunt today wasn't about business. It was a declaration, a firing, a betrayal, a message: you are nothing now, and everyone needs to see it. But she miscalculated one thing. I don't break loudly. I break quietly, strategically, with precision. I didn't sleep that night, not because of heartbreak, because of clarity. Her betrayal didn't ignite rage. It sharpened focus. I opened my laptop. Files, emails, contracts, company data I had built with my own hands. 10 years of architecture, systems, clients, my fingerprints on every structure. She forgot one thing. I wasn't just her husband. I was the backbone of the company she now paraded as her empire. By 1 a.m., I had everything organized. What I owned, what I built, what I could legally transfer, and what the competitor wanted from me. By 2 a.m., I retrieved the messages she thought she deleted. Cloud sync is a funny thing. So is digital arrogance. Screenshots, timestamps, voice messages whispered at midnight. Evidence. Not for blackmail, for awareness. By 3 a.m., I reviewed the board agreement. My shares, her shares, voting power. Everything she assumed I'd never weaponize. By 4 a.m., the competitor's CEO called. "Our offer stands," he said, "but we want you exclusively." "How quickly?" I asked. "Tonight." I smiled. Strategic betrayals require timing. She had taught me that. At dawn, I watched her leave home without meeting my eyes. She was texting him. I could see the reflection of her smile in the car window. I didn't feel anger. I felt distance. A cold, liberating distance. At 10 a.m., I sat in my car outside her building. The same building where she spat on me, where she dragged my dignity across a polished floor for sport. But today would be different. Not dramatic, not loud, just final. Just final. I checked the documents one last time. Everything aligned. Everything silent. The truth wasn't a weapon, it was a mirror, and she was about to see her reflection. I walked into her office without knocking. She looked up, startled, then annoyed. "You have an appointment?" she asked. "I don't need one." I placed a single envelope on her desk. She hesitated before opening it. Inside were the messages, the photos, the timestamps, the proof. But what broke her wasn't the affair. It was the letter beneath it, my resignation, and the legal transfer notice, my shares sold to her biggest rival. Her face drained, her lips trembled. You sold them?" she whispered. Silence hung heavy between us. She flipped through the documents with frantic hands, searching for a loophole that didn't exist. "You blindsided me," she said, voice cracking. "No," I replied. "You taught me." Her lover entered the room at the worst possible moment. She flinched when she saw him. He froze when he saw the papers. Neither spoke. I didn't need them to. The truth was already suffocating them. I leaned forward, calm. "You can keep the company," I said, "but you'll answer to the people who own it now." Her lover swallowed hard. He knew exactly what that meant. She reached for my arm, instinctively, fearfully. I stepped back. "No scenes," I said quietly. "You humiliated me loudly. I prefer silence." Her eyes filled with a panic I had never seen. Not for losing me, for losing control. "Please," she whispered. The word felt foreign in her mouth. I watched her for a moment. This powerful CEO who had built her throne on arrogance and illusion, now trembling in her glass tower. A simple truth echoed in my mind. Power doesn't vanish, it shifts. And today, it shifted away from her. "I'm done," I said. No threats, no anger, just finality. As I walked out, her staff avoided my eyes. They knew what happened. Rumors spread fast in corporate halls. But this time, the humiliation wasn't mine. I didn't look back at the building. It was no longer mine. Neither was she. People think betrayal destroys you. Maybe they're right. But sometimes, betrayal frees you. Because once someone shows you who they truly are, you stop carrying the weight of who you hoped they were. I drove without direction. The city felt quieter. Or maybe I finally was. A message pinged on my phone. The competitor confirming my new contract. A new beginning forged from the ashes of her deceit. I exhaled. Not relief, not victory, just release. By the time the sun set, I realized something simple, something brutal. She had broken me, but I rebuilt myself, sharper. And the final truth settled inside me like ice. I didn't lose her. I walked away from someone who was never mine to begin with.